Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening uh, from wherever you're joining us live this morning on Diary of Hackers. It's an amazing. We have been having an amazing time with different speakers from the industry. We've had two different diaries where we invited a cybersecurity analyst and a cybersecurity threat intelligence. This morning, we are glad, happy, and privileged to have the Director General of the Cybersecurity Challenge Nigeria, CISEC in person of Victor P. Idonor. Victor P. Idonor has been having has been changing the game in the cybersecurity of Nigeria, where he has an initiative that bring together cybersecurity enthusiasts to um, train the next gen professional cybersecurity experts. So I want to welcome you all to this diary. I hope you benefit from this insightful and educative webinar of getting started in how to start a career in cybersecurity. We are also looking forward to tapping a well of wisdom and knowledge from our facilitator. We sincerely want to appreciate our cybersecurity expert of the week, in person of Victor Idonor, for honoring our invitation. Thank you very, very much, sir. We are sincerely grateful. So moving on, I would like to introduce you to what Diary of Hacker is all about, because some are just joining us for the very first time. Diary of Hackers is a platform to learn from industry leading experts, as in amazing experts from all the subfield of cybersecurity. It also we have the following benefits for our members. It gives you an opportunity to develop your knowledge, skills, and abilities, interact with cybersecurity industry experts like hacker Victor Idonor. You can socialize, network, and have fun with peers and mentor. We can also give you an avenue to get mentored by cybersecurity professionals. We also help to get internship opportunities for cybersecurity students with cybersecurity based companies. So I employ us all to make use of this platform for networking, learning, and the likes. So I will drop our WhatsApp link later if you want to join us, so that we have a wonderful session together. So permit me all to welcome um, Hacker Victor Idonor for his presentation. You're welcome, sir. You have the floor, sir. Okay. Oh, can you hear me? Kindly indicate I'm using the chat box if you can hear me out, please. All right. Thank you very much. So while we wait for him to boot up his to set up his stuff, so let's kindly go through this short video and we'll be back shortly.
These guys are good.
Let's get to work.
A hot little startup with a great idea. Their target, a ProPass. Offices in 12 countries, 5,000 staff. You'd think they'd be secure, wouldn't you?
Make some noise. Pulse.
A smokescreen, a decoy breach to hide what they're really after. A secret hidden in the depths of the system.
Still here?
The computer's crashed.
Join the club. See you Monday.
It's okay for some.
Right now, the chances are someone, somewhere, is attacking you. And you don't even know it.
Okay, chaps. We're in.
I bet you're wondering how they got this far.
Give us a smile. Lottie. She's in.
Highly sensitive encryption codes from a keystroke reader hidden under a desk for 6 months.
We got it?
Easy.
These guys, they know it all. Except, a few weeks earlier, a ProPass were hit by a smaller breach. It made them stop and think how vulnerable they were. So they brought in the experts. They carried out security awareness training and brought in their own ethical hackers to tear up the systems and predict a worst-case scenario. Proactive threat intelligence. They reviewed the whole business and devised a game plan for any breach.
Make some noise.
Pulse.
We're in.
It's a denial of service attack. We're just monitoring the situation.
Very clever. Someone else bangs on the windows while you hide in the cellar.
They're onto us.
I'll try blocking them.
Is it working?
I don't know.
Well, I need to know, Gil. Is it working?
Lena, launch a worm.
These guys are good. They're really good.
They're blocking us.
Try again.
They're blocking us!
Try again!
Come on.
Straight to me. Gotcha. Good, but not good enough.
You're okay. Traffic's blocked.
You can win, but there's always a next time.
Who's next?
Kobashi Tech.
Criminals just get smarter,
Who have we got for the smoke screen?
Take your pick.
and they're everywhere. A breach will happen. And when it does, will you be ready?
You're welcome, sir. You have the floor, sir.
All right, good morning, everyone. Okay, so basically, I'm Victor Idonor by name, and yeah, we are little issues with this. I think this should be a little bit better. Okay, so this morning we are here to talk about, it's actually morning over here, 10, 12 a.m. We are here to talk about cybersecurity and how to build a career in that field. Well, basically, from where we started from, taking myself as a case study. I gained admission into a school where I applied for electrical electronics, and somehow we found ourselves in a department called CSS. That was the original name, CSS. C for Catch, S for spoon, and another S for street. And everyone were like, okay, what is this? First, everybody were pretty busy with registrations, meeting up with classes, deadlines, and all of that until we began settling down till we get to the point where we begin to find out what the CSS stands for. That is when we realize CSS stands for Cyber Security Science Department. And it was funny based on we don't even know what CSS is, not to talk about cybersecurity. In fact, most of us we are hearing that cybersecurity for the first time, and we are like, okay, what's happening? Let's find a way out. And of course, lectures upon lectures upon lectures upon lectures. So then we began to, dig deep into the course. As courses unveil, personal study, lots of materials, searching the web. Good enough, school had free internet access for all students. So we are utilizing that effectively or efficiently, and we're actually getting a lot of materials, you know, at the point, people, the department became known in the school because it was actually the pioneer. So that was the first of its kind in the whole of Africa and the whole of Nigeria then. So we are now like studying, and it was an awesome experience. And a lot of studies went into it, and it was awesome. Getting deeper, we began to realize that there is more to just the department than what others think, because a lot of persons then were calling us the cyber cafe guys, cyber cafe department and all. You begin to ask yourself, even that alone discouraged some students. I was like, they don't want to be called cyber cafe. They did not come to the university to study cyber cafe. They can actually do that on their own, but unknown, there were more to it than, you know, what we are all hearing. So we began studying, lecturers coming in, a lot of study went in, and it was actually an awesome experience. Now, why did I have to give us that story? You don't basically need to have any background anywhere from anywhere. In fact, cybersecurity, anybody at any point in time can get into cybersecurity as a career and still do excellently well. You don't need any particular skill set. Then, a lot of times, some persons will talk about programming. What is programming? Do I need to learn programming? In basics, programming is not a prerequisite for you to start a career in cybersecurity. But as you grow, as your rank in that space gets higher, you begin to see the need why you have to learn programming and which of the programming languages will be pretty awesome for you. So to start with, you now begin to think of okay, let me go into this programming because I needed to do this aspect or whatever as the case may be. So we studied the course back to the school setting. We studied the course, we did assignments, we did personal study, and for persons like me, group of friends, we started and we're looking for things to do for the school. The department was new, everybody were new, the lecturers were new, the students were new. So how best can we help ourselves with guidance from our lecturers, you know, both visiting lecturers and full-time campus lecturers who are actually doing well. And for students who actually love the practical aspect of it, we went online, gathered as much materials as possible, did personal study as much as possible. Someone like me actually spent hours, night upon night in school. What was I doing? I entered school because there was free internet connectivity. I'll pass the night. Like it got to a point I knew all the points with the highest download on campus. So I always identified them, and it got to a point I improvised everything possible for internet connection, for power extensions, and all of that. So I was spending hours. Basically, my routine in school was I would spend my nights downloading content, making research, pulling as many content as I can pull during the day. I attend lectures. Back from lectures, I go reviewing all I've downloaded, trying to put them into practice. How can I get something up and running? Like I was doing it continuously. And when students go on break for holiday, I don't go for holiday. I stay back in school and I continue working or continue learning because I just felt that period, whatever I can learn that period, it will be difficult to learn outside the school system. More so, I have this mindset of how do I get the best out of this department? Not really studying the courses or cramming materials to pass exams. No, passing exam is on its own. Knowing what's actually in the system is another thing. So that is the option I went for. I really, really want to know what I'm doing. So to get started in the industry, you have to know what you want. Make a decision. This is what I want to achieve. How do I achieve it? It's a personal decision, and be ready for any circumstance, that is, any challenge that may come. It is not smooth, it is not easy. There are times you'll be preparing for certifications, exams, and man, sometimes we want to blow your mind, but the good thing about it is the more you learn, the more you get to love it because you begin to find out new stuff, interesting stuff that once in a while you could tell your friends, hey, I want to try out a trick on you, and it works perfectly well, and you're happy. Yeah, I've done something. But for me, you get a milestone, you're happy, and in the next 5 minutes, you're done again. I'll be like, what's the next hurdle to achieve? And you start working, struggling to get there. So we spent the 5 years in school, learning, doing as much practical as possible. I got into programming, I got into web development, I got into networking. I did my CCNA in school. I think that was 200 level or 300 level. That's when I did my CCNA. So basics, if you really want to start a career in cybersecurity, you want to focus on, you can actually start from CCNA. CCNA is one, but I'll try as much as possible to, break, align some courses in a way you will go to, you get to the extreme advanced um, professional in that industry. Nobody is perfect. No one is an island. We learn every day. Security, no organization, no matter how big you are, is 100% secure. In other words, knowledge is infinite when it comes to cybersecurity. There's no master of all. No matter how experienced you are, a little mistake like this, someone can knock you off. So make up your mind that you want to study this thing. Make up your mind that you want to build a career in this thing. You want to be known for this thing, or you want to make a living out of this thing. When that is achievable, you can do a whole lot because you're ready to face every challenge. You're ready to face everything that may come up. So, in the course of this brief conversation, is a discussion. If you have questions, kindly note them down. Then I think in the comment box we'll be able to attend to them as time goes. So my time here, though very limited, but I'll try as much as possible to you know get the message out. So you've made up your mind. You really want to get into cybersecurity as a career. Study as much as you can. Like I said earlier, you don't need any specific skill. The first thing I feel you need is the mindset. Think outside the box. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. You can become whatever you want to be. The first thing is clear your mind. This is what I want to achieve. And you start studying. Visit online resources. Google is your friend. It got to a point in school I was telling myself and some classmates, we are telling ourselves that look, it seems we have learned more from Google than we've actually learned from the school system. But in the real sense, it's not that way. You can't compare both. Reasons be it's in a more professional setting when it comes to the school thing. So getting a degree in cybersecurity or taking a particular whatever in cybersecurity is pretty awesome. But starting a career first is the mindset. What do I really want to achieve? You can graduate with something totally different from the field that is not even related to the field, and you can still pretty do well in that space. Okay, you can still pretty do well in that space. Then another thing is I've had someone who was kind of under me. He studied, is it biology? Yeah, I think biology, one of the science courses then. But today he's pretty doing well in that space of information security. So, one, study as many resources as you can. Two, get a mentor in that space, a mentor who will be able to mentor you, guide you on what to do per time. He is only there to guide you. These guys too are pretty busy. He's only there to guide you. You have the bulk of the work to do. So you get a mentor. I had my mentors. You know, for me, I opened my mind for various things. So I had mentors in different angles, and I was following them up gradually. I go to them when I need guide, when I need answers to questions that might have arisen, and they respond. And if they are so busy, you can as well get one or two mentors that can actually help. Most times, I prefer getting from I think two sources averagely. So I merge both together. I think of how creative it is, how beneficial it is, then putting those advices into the scenario I found myself, and it helps. So you start an online course or you read as many online resources. In fact, the first place to start is not by taking certifications per se. Have that mindset first. Read wide about the subject matter, cybersecurity. What is it about? What does it entail? How do I get it? Okay, fine. This is what they do. These are the possible prospects in the space. These are the kind of jobs I can get. Okay, when you're good, you now begin to say, okay, now how do I start a detailed project or a detailed guideline, a career path? You may decide to get into a formal institution to get a degree, to get a diploma, as the case may be, or you may decide to focus on certifications. Mind you, certifications do not qualify you as an expert or a professional. It is actually experience that determines that. So while you're getting your certifications or you're getting whatever you're learning online, you should be able to get engaged in that space. Start from anywhere. At times, what you're expecting is not where you're going to start from, but definitely where you're starting from, no matter what, will lead you to somewhere. And before you know it, you're actually getting somewhere in that space. That is, you may be targeting to become a CISO after a long while, but you'll discover that, man, you're starting from maybe just an intern. Let's start from intern. Intern is very, very basic. You're starting from an intern in the process. Your job role may be just assisting with system setup, configuration, and all of that. And before you know it, the more you get yourself into that space, the more you get to understand what is actually what's possible in that space, and you can actually achieve a lot. So one is go online, get as many materials as possible, get a mentor, then make up your mind to do what you really want to do. That this is what I want to achieve, and next, you now begin to align, get a career path. How do I get a career path? I actually advise a lot of persons before you get into the field, first of all, take a foundation course, training, or whatever on what the field entails. I don't advise anybody that go for pen testing, go for vulnerability assessment, or go for malware analysis, or go for networking. No, I don't do that. Reasons be people are different, and I believe cybersecurity has to do with interest, passion. What I may have passion for may not be what you will have passion for. Our lives are different. So I'll prefer you to actually understand what is available in the space. There are persons who have interest for forensic and all they want to do is forensic, metadata and all of that. Others are not interested. I want to break in, break in, break in. Others are just the blue team. So defense. Others are offensive. So whatever you have interest in, focus on it and you actually get going in that line. So first of all is after you've done the preliminaries, the basics, is next to get a career path. So before you get the career path, get a foundational course, a training that will actually expose you to all of the possible areas in cybersecurity. It is one thing for you to say cybersecurity is about hacking, is about keeping systems secure, it's about keeping everything, try to ensure that attackers do not get into the system or finding loopholes, vulnerabilities that you could create patches for, as the case may be, or even developing payloads and all of that, whatever be the case. Get the basics, get a course or get a course for yourself that you will be able to know that okay, these are all the areas available in cybersecurity. Is it cryptography? Is it steganography? Is it penetration testing? Is it malware analysis? Is it networking? Get something that will introduce you to all of the available areas. When you've been able to do that, you now sit down and ask yourself, which of these areas do I really have interest for that I can really do well in? Do I have passion for naturally? Don't say because my friend or this guy or whoever who you may know is doing well in this field. Maybe he's doing training, he's an ISO implementer or whatever be the qualification, or he's an ethical hacker as the case may be, because he's doing it well in that space. That is the area I want to go to. No, that is a wrong approach because your system, your brain may not be able to take things in that line. So most times I tell people, get the basics of everything available in the industry, study them carefully. What is achievable here? What is achievable here? Then you now begin to decide. You now decide that okay, this is the area I think I have passion for. It may be forensics, it may be networking. So when you pick a career that okay, this is where I want to focus on, you now begin to ask yourself, what is the first thing to start in that space? first we open our mind up to learn as much as we could learn. Next, we gathered as much resources as possible from the web, reading online resources, and all of that. Next, we decide to pick a career path by taking a foundational course that will introduce us to all areas of information security. And we now pick one of them to start with. You can't do all, so just start with one first. In the process of you climbing with that one, you discover there are times you'll be having little one or two things that is leading you to some other area, but maintain a focus. That way you're known for something. If any need arises, you can actually come up and say, okay, fine, I'm an expert in this field. They say know everything about something and know something about everything. I think something like that. So have that approach. By the time you pick a field, for example, let's say networking. Okay, I want to go into networking. You now begin to say, what are the courses I would take? What are the certifications? What kind of training do I need to go? What kind of jobs do I need to apply for to gain networking, to become a pro in networking? It may be that you want to become a penetration tester or you want to go into hacking, ethical hacking. Now begin to ask yourself, what kind of courses do I need? What kind of job roles? What are the kind of problems that are feasible in this space? How do I tackle them? How do people tackle them? What kind of qualifications are required that can enable you to tackle problems in that space? You now begin to identify the courses in a in a rising order, that is from the very basic to the most advanced, and you align your courses. Most times, certifications in information security are pretty expensive, so be ready to invest. Investment is key. Be ready to invest, and most times it's a whole lot better by the time you get into it, right? And you get to get a job alongside. Remember, I made mention of getting a job, so you get experience. For example, if you've taken the foundation, look for something, no matter how basic it may be, that develop passion for it. In your office, you can decide to give yourself the challenge of you know solving problems for people. For example, while I was serving during my service year, I gave myself the responsibility of trying as much as possible to attend to every technical problem that arises in the office, whatever it may be it email connectivity, be it printer not connecting to your laptop, be it your laptop can't send email, your laptop is not coming up, it is slow, whatever the issue is, I want to solve it, and it's totally free of cost for anybody in the office, from the MD down to the least category, to the receptionist. And I was doing it with joy, with passion. Reasons be, this is what that thing will do for you. You encounter a problem now, right? You may be able to solve it for that person at that point in time. Awesome. You encounter a problem you're unable to solve, you just tell the person, wait, I'm coming, or tomorrow I will attend to it. You go and simply do a research on the problem you've encountered, all possible options, all possible whatever, and you get back to the person and you solve the problem. The moment you solve that problem, you don't need to go and read 10 pages document any longer to find out what are the solutions to solve that problem. Automatically, it's in you. You've developed yourself, you've learned that thing, you did research, and you return to the person with the problem and you're able to solve it, it counts for you. So I gave myself that task. I was asking, in fact, at times, if you have any issues, just let me know. And in the office, anybody that has issues, they call, and I happily attend to it. Who knows, maybe one or two persons, as the case may be, from that office is part of this conversation right now. So by the time you get yourself into that space, you're in a working environment, no matter how little the pay is. Mind you, you can't become an expert overnight, neither can you become a professional overnight. So they are same thing. So you have to give yourself a task. Get yourself a job, you want to work with them. Get yourself a job. Now you pick the career path. This is where I want to go into. This is what I want to achieve. Then the next thing is open yourself up to opportunities. Opportunities in the sense problems. They are not opportunities per se. They are problems. They are okay. They are opportunities, but in disguise. They are problems disguising. So you just have to open yourself up. If you have any problem, call me. I will fix it. Two things. If you're unable to fix it, your integrity is at stake. If you're able to fix it, it's a thumb up for you. So most times you wouldn't want to get your integrity to be at stake, and people will say, "Ah, this guy." And mind you, the more you do such, the more your ranking rises. I actually did that, and it was awesome to the point. Once there's anything happening, nobody needs to ask that where is the solution coming from. The next thing is where is Victor? Victor, Victor, Victor. So you also need to have good personal relationship with people to be able to manage everyone. Then, while starting a career in cybersecurity, please and please don't let money be your motivation. The moment money is your motivation, you begin to lose out on a lot of things, even the basics. So, before we round up this session, before I conclude, I think I have just a few minutes left so that we'll give room for question and answer. If I conclude, money shouldn't be your priority. In fact, let the skill be the thing. Because a time will come when the skill is there, the money will come, the jobs that can afford your skills will come. There were times where, okay, my first website, I did a website one time, and the person paid 25,000 for everything, hosting, design, A to Z, 25,000. Yeah, that was my first website. Okay, before then, okay, I think I actually had one during my IT. Yes, during my IT. Okay, this attitude of this attitude of solving problems have actually been my thing right from beginning. So I won't really put you into it, but you should have something similar. That is, be a problem solver. Always have that mind to solve problems for people, and it will really, really help you. So during my IT, let me share a story with us. I was doing IT. I got IT placement into an organization in my 400 level, and when I went for the IT, they were not paying me. I wasn't bothered. Why? I was after learning skill, gathering as much skill as possible. So first month I was not paid, second month I was not paid. And in that place, every week on Mondays they do have management meeting. As an IT student, to remain relevant in that space, I need to contribute. Not just contributing for contributing sake, reasonable contributions. In other words, every weekend I go home, I sit down, I ask myself, what are the things that can be added to this organization to make it better? So that during Monday meeting, I can have something to contribute. So if you are a staff employed in any organization and you really want to do well for yourself, first of all, have that mindset of adding value to people. Have the mindset of providing solutions. Be a solution carrier. That is a prayer I always pray. I want to be a solution carrier. So for you as an individual, have that mindset. When you have that zeal, you find yourself curious about everything. You want to know why this thing is happening this way, what can be done to make it better, what can you do, and all of that. So I did my IT first month, second month, no pay. By third month, I had an idea. I said, how about our services on the web can actually be replicated to a mobile phone? That is, you can get a mobile app that can do everything we are doing on the web. And people, since then, they no longer access websites that often. More people uses their mobile devices. And they were like, wow, this is an awesome idea. Can you do it? I said, yes. Funny enough, they said, okay, start it, let's see. I started the project. I developed the mobile app, Android, and I placed it on Google Play Store. And I presented it to the management in one of the management meetings. And they were like, wow, this is awesome. This is awesome. And guess what? They paid my internship money in arrears. So I was paid the first month, the second month, and the third month together. And the good thing is, onward, I started receiving payment. So on the normal day, I was not to be paid, but probably somehow they've seen the impact and they started paying me. So that is what that kind of mindset will do for you. And you know what I went away with that thing with my IT, something I will always remember was towards the ending of my IT, one of my bosses got a project and he gave it to me to work on web development. In fact, that was the highest paid web project I got that period. Because that period I used the IT period to learn so much about the web thing, the hosting and all of that, set up servers and all. And the job came, I delivered it. Guess what? As soon as that money came, that is what I used in. Let's not talk about that. But I used it for something pretty awesome, which has actually given birth to Cysex NG we know today. So have that mindset. During my service year, it was same thing. So I was able to make a lot of acquaintances, get people to actually know that if they have a problem, they should call on Victor. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it for you to pay me. I'm doing it because I have passion for it. I'm doing it because I want you to be happy. So when you have that kind of mindset, you prepare yourself for any kind of problem that may arise. It's until you get to that stage you now begin to ask yourself. Now there are some technical things that all of this will not provide for you. That is when your certifications come into play. That's when you now begin to say, okay, fine. How do I get this certification? What are the prerequisites? How much does it cost? How can I save up for it? If you're good enough with your organization, you can apply for it and management will pay for you. If they are not willing to, sponsor that for you, you can save up money and you get it, no matter how little. Then you can also look for, when you hear promo, please grab it. At least this period, I'm very, very certain that most of us should have gotten so many courses online that that is we've acquired a lot of skill set, learning one or two training online and getting some certifications, even though it's certificate of participation or attendance as the case may be. But it's pretty awesome. So at this point, you learn as much as you can learn, and you now begin to follow your career path. What are the courses you need to achieve in that space, and you continue. So basically, we are EC Council partners. So most times we are EC Council partners, then we do a few of networking, Cisco stuff. So basically, all the courses I'm going to be introducing to you are more of EC Council courses. There are a lot of courses out there, a lot of vendors out there, which are still pretty awesome. So not doubting that, but whichever one you prefer, pretty awesome. Like EC Council are the global body leading when it comes to ethical hacking and the likes in that space. But there are still pretty other ones. Whether leading or no leading, the major thing is getting results and how engaging is the course or the certification. So think my time is up. So basically, with what we've said so far, I want to believe you've actually gotten the basics on how to start from a zero level to an advanced level. Because the higher you go, the more difficult engagements you have. Like there are some things you will push to my desk now, and you ask me to come out. I'll look at it and say, well, this is doable, not a big deal. At this point in time, I may not, because I'm too not I may not be able to attend to it personally, but there are persons who can attend to it pretty well. So when you also get yourself, always look for opportunities that will enable you to increase your skill set, that will enable you to, that in fact will generally engage you. Because the more engagement you have, the more experiences you get. So if you're engaged in so many things over time, you have idea, you know what it is, you know how it works, and you're growing in that space. And before you know it, your job ranking is increasing. Maybe over time, you feel you've actually gotten a certification, you feel actually gotten a need. You can begin to propose to your management. You can begin to propose to if you want to start your own firm. Awesome. begin to find out what it takes to run a firm or do something in that space, and you can actually do well there. So basically, let me just give us a little list on some things we could do. This is so for all participants, just in case you're interested, I can forward you. I'll send a list to the organizers who will share with everyone. Then, should in case you're interested, like for the sake of this program, for the sake of this webinar, we are making there's a foundation course, Certified Secure Computer User (CSCU), and I don't know how the organizers have planned to give out that, but we're giving out one free voucher to one of the participants. Then we'll, at the moment, due to the current pandemic, we make it as low as 10,000 naira to get the international training and certification, everything at your comfort zone. So for the participants in this program, one person is going to get it totally free. Then for every other participant, we're going to make it as way of encouraging everyone. We're going to bring it down to as low as 5,000 naira. So let's give it a 50% discount. So to all persons that are interested, it will introduce you to all areas of information security, cyber security, how to keep yourself secure, your kids, your family, your gadgets, email, name it. And you now begin to understand the areas that are available in the industry where we started from actually, then how or which of them are you going to pick. So for example, maybe forensic networking, and you begin to find out courses or certifications and the kind of job roles that you should be taking to enable you grow in that space. And you give yourself within a space of 3, 4, 5 years, you're pretty going to be doing something cool. So list of the courses, I'm not going to be listing all per se, but I just want to highlight some of them for us. And while I'm taking this up, if you have any question, you could just drop it in the comment box, and I'll try as much as possible to attend to them. Okay. So for now, I'll give us the list because it's quite lengthy, but this foundation one is the CSA, which you can actually do well in that space. So if you have any question, this is already 10:49. I'll take questions from this point in time. Thank you for listening, and thanks to the organizers for having me for this brief discussion. So, any questions? Let's begin to attend to them. The ones we are unable to attend to right now, my the organizers will provide my credentials or my contact details. You can either contact them or reach me directly. I'll attend to it anytime, any day. I attend to every request that gets to my desk, even though it may delay because at times there are so much. So let me just quickly go through the questions and answer the ones that may be so captivating to enable us, Thanks so much. Yep. Okay, there's one question here from Marcus. I always have this feeling that I know nothing, even though I always read, take online courses, participate in CTF. But okay, there's something I didn't make mention of. CTFs. In your study, while you're studying and doing the whole research thing, you get yourself into a job, try to help people with problems. Please and please do CTFs. Okay, let me just give us a little breakdown on that. Let me give us a little breakdown. So you can actually note this. You can actually note this. You can actually note this. Like I said earlier, decide on what you want. You need to decide on what you want. Then get the fundamentals. We talked about the fundamentals. You need to get it right. This is what I want to do. This is how or these are the ways to go about it. Some persons will meet me and be like, I want to do CH. I'll be like, CH, okay, what's your background like? Say, I don't have any background though. You're just coming into an industry and you're starting with certified ethical hacker because you've been hearing it. No, things don't work that way. If you really, really want to make impact in that industry, go and start from the basics. Get your foundation right. Okay, it's not because this course is trending or this is what you always hear people say. Fine, you've heard it. What does it take to get that? Not because you think you have the money to afford certified ethical hacker and you think, let me just go and take it. You may take the course, you may study it, you may pass the exam, but there are a lot of basics you're going to be missing out. So always get your fundament, your foundation right, no matter what. Get your foundation right, the fundamentals. Let it be intact. Then online training, like actually also said, take as much online trainings as possible. It may just be for participation, it may be for attendance. If you have opportunities for webinars, take webinars. If you have, there are times where I download PDF materials, tutorials, and I begin to follow them. Set up your lab, get a very, very good PC, set up your lab, try your hands on as many things as possible. There were times during my service year, I'll just sit down and start cooking up solutions. Test run them. If it's working, I introduce it to the organization. If it's working, I introduce it to the organization. It may not be for the organization internal use. It may be a new service that the organization can render to its client. So get online trainings. There are a lot of online trainings out there, a lot of them. Then do not let certifications hold you back. Most times, like I said earlier, certifications are pretty expensive. Yes, they are. Don't allow that be a barrier for you. Always, you know, get the basics. If you have the money for certification, go for it. If you don't have, it shouldn't stop you. Still keep working and developing yourself. By the time you have the money for that certification, it will be a lot easy. I've taken exams without studying for it. Once you give me the title and okay, I should have something no matter what. There are times your technical and your experience knowledge will help you in passing exam. There are times you have to go and study that material, understand it well, you write the exam. I've written exams without even studying or looking at the materials. I go straight and write, and I pass. Then failure should not be a discouragement for you. If it is failure, you get to failure shouldn't be a barrier. You can fail, yes, make up your mind to stand up again, right? So you can take a course, you fail it, that's not the end of the world, just reapply. You do it. Next time, you settle down and study more and get to know why you failed. Then another thing is imagine and expect the unexpected, right? Imagine and expect the unexpected. I think someone have actually said that. Like I said stated earlier, the kind of job you do not really matter. The major thing is, are you getting impact? There are jobs you do year in, year out. You're doing one job. Nothing new is adding to you. Please do jobs or get yourself, if you really, really want to advance in this industry, in cybersecurity, get into jobs that you keep meeting new problems on daily basis. Not job that every morning you get to work, you connect everybody to your wireless access point, and by the close of work, as people are disconnecting, so day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out, all you are doing is troubleshooting connection in the office. No, if you've mastered that, advance to the next one. What's the next thing I need to do? So you don't keep doing something repeatedly until you've gotten to a place or a point where you feel, okay, fine, this is where I really want to relax. While you are relaxing there, you can then be touching other areas in terms of gathering other skills. But don't get yourself in a place where all you're doing every day, year in, year out, you're doing one thing. It doesn't really help. So always, be dynamic. Get to be solving problems for people. It will really, really help. Read and listen, and of course, be proud of yourself. While you are being proud of yourself, please and please don't shout it, because the industry is funny. Funny in the sense, I prefer people, for me personally, right, to think less of what I can do. That is, I promise less so I can deliver more. It actually helps. So something like that will really, really still work for you. Then, of course, in all of this, maintain your integrity. This is very, very key. Please and please, your integrity is number one. The moment you have a dent on your integrity, whatever that is posted to the internet never leaves the internet. So if you have a dent on your name, it is registered somewhere. In all you do, never use any of your skill to do evil, no matter what. It will come back to haunt you. It is not a curse. They talk about karma. Yes, karma exists, but whatever. The major thing is whatever skill you're getting, any job that is coming to your desk, weigh the job. Is this thing legit? If it's legit, fine. If it's not legit, then of course, if it's business, it depends on the way you want to handle your business. Business is business. Handle your business in a clean slate. In other words, don't involve yourself in dubious activities. But of course, it's either you are the offensive or you're the defensive. Either way. For example, someone may, I've had a lot of cases where someone will be like, I want to hack someone's social media account. Victor, come and help me. Or how do I hack? I'll look at the person. What are your prerequisites? What's giving you that mindset of hacking the person? If it is it really necessary? Do you want to pay me to hack someone for you? By law, is that right? What are the basics? You can as well tell the person, okay, fine, if you really want me to have this person, go and get a police report. You get me a police report and a court order. We'll get started. So always and please never, never you play with your, your integrity. So someone said he participates in CTF, that's Marcus, but the more I do, the more I like. I don't know anything. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. The more you do, of course, you meet a lot of challenges, and it's that's why you are actually studying those CTF, right? That's why you are attempting them. The more you do, the more you discover that man, you've never started. At least what you don't know, you now begin to find out how do I get to know that thing, and it's a plus for you. That is actually part of the learning curve. The more you study CTF, even till date, if I go on any CTF, yeah, sometimes I do have issues with it, with some steps, but I still have to find a way. The more you study, the more you engage with it, the more experiences you gather. Another person, masters would be nice too. Great question. Um, Okpeyemi Oludare, I have a degree in microbiology, yes, but love cybersecurity. I want to go into it. Is there a way first degree can help propel me in the cybersecurity? Okay, the questions are actually much. So what I would do to save our time is already 11 a.m. What I'll do to save our time is all questions. I'll take out time, go through all of them, then send responses to them uh, when necessary. So for those interested, for participants in this webinar that are interested in taking the foundation course, that is the CSCU, I'm giving it out for 50% discount at just 5,000 naira. We can actually give it to you for free, but we don't want to waste those vouchers. Where you get to take the voucher and you don't get to write the exam, the voucher is wasted. So make a commitment and get started in that space. Like I said earlier, the industry is not cheap. If you don't get this now, the moment something stabilizes, the price goes up to normal and you're paying over 600%. So I'll take out time, answer all questions that are necessary and that are educative, and of course, try as much as possible through the organizers get back to the participants. Then for those who are interested in getting details about me, you can always reach me out on Twitter at Victor P. Idonor. Victor P. Idonor on Twitter. The organizers will make all that available, or you just do a Google search. You should be able to find few things about me that will be able to, help. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, sharing my little knowledge. I'm also growing in the industry. I'm not an expert yet, still growing. Thanks to the organizers. Over to the organizers.
All right, sir. That was a wonderful insight from the Director General of Cybersecurity Challenge Nigeria. It's actually an annual challenge where people come together and see how you can, participate in CTFs, learn more from industry experts and the likes. So we get more information passed across through the WhatsApp group. About the CSU certification, we have one free, and any other person that is interested can get it at a discount of 5,000 naira, right? So, if you are interested, you can join the WhatsApp group, please, because we have to go off air. And you can, I'll drop my WhatsApp number now for any question or anything. You can just message me on WhatsApp with this number or join our WhatsApp group. Our WhatsApp group is almost getting filled up, but you can always get me through that line. So thank you very much, sir. The questions will be forwarded to his WhatsApp group, to him rather, so that we have answers and give it back to anybody that asks. So for the voucher, please join our WhatsApp group. The modalities will be dropped there as soon as possible. And also, this video session will be uploaded in our YouTube channel, Diary of Hackers. We've gotten the previous events uploaded already, so you can just check it out. This will be uploaded after 1 hour as well. So thank you very much, guys, and always check your email. We have a lot to give you. Thank you. We really want to appreciate Mr. Victor Idonor for his wonderful contribution to the community. He has been doing a lot more work in the background in ensuring that DOH, Diary of Hackers, is meeting its goal. And also in the Nigerian cybersecurity ecosystem, trust me, is one of the few that will not want to leave Nigeria for anything. He always wants to develop the workforce of cybersecurity experts in Nigeria so as we can combat other nations and any national threat we have to the Nigerian country. Yeah. So thank you guys. Catch you.